Happy New Year, everyone. We are now going into 2025, and unfortunately, I lose something going into 2025 that I love so much, and that being the WWE Network. Now, I know a lot of people, mainly Americans, because this is what I've countered on social media, like to tell me the WWE Network's been dead for 2 years or whatever. Everything's on Peacock. Well, here's the thing, okay? Canada doesn't get Peacock. A lot of these other countries, they don't get Peacock. That's an American thing. And you know what? That's great that you guys have all the old stuff on Peacock to watch still, like old ECW, old WCW Nitro, the pay-per-views. I'm guessing you have everything that was on the WWE Network now just over on Peacock. So like the old All-Star Wrestling from the WWF in 1981 or World Class Championship Wrestling or Mid-South Wrestling or Mid-Atlantic Wrestling. You guys probably have all that, and that's great. But as of tonight at midnight, us Canadian folk, no, we lose that. The UK people, I believe they lose it too. I believe everyone around the world practically loses that. Loses the WWE Network, all because of Netflix. Now, let me just say this. Living in Canada, if anyone's from Canada knows this, who watches this, you guys know we get our wrestling on Sportsnet. It's a channel. We get Raw on Monday. We get NXT on Tuesday. We get SmackDown on Friday. We even get Main Event. It comes on after SmackDown on Friday. And Rogers is our giant cable network company thing in Canada. And they are like the head thing. And then they kind of branch out to the other cable companies or other satellite companies. So in 2015, or wait, maybe it was 2014. It must have been 2014. Yes, I'm sorry. 2014, when the W Network came to Canada, it was strictly for Rogers. Rogers was the only company that had it. And then it started to branch out after close to a year. And finally, my cable company, Cogeco, got the WWE Network in 2015, the first ever WrestleMania, or should I say wrestling event. I'll get it right here. That I saw on the WWE Network was that WrestleMania right there. The one where Sting fought Triple H, the one where Seth Rollins cashed in Money in the Bank and became WWE champion. That was the first one. That was it. That was the first one that I got to see live on pay-per-view. Well, not really pay-per-view, but you know what I mean. It was on TV, right? So for us in Canada, our WWE Network originally, it was a TV channel as well. But if you went to WWEnetwork.com, signed in, picked your cable company or satellite provider, for me it was Cogeco, log in through Cogeco, I would get all the online stuff for the WWE Network. So many Canadians over the years had no clue about that. They thought, oh, our WWE Network's just the cable channel and whatever is on demand through the cable box. No, if you went to the actual website, logged in, and then logged in through your cable or satellite provider, you could get all the online content, which I would watch regularly every single night for the longest time. During COVID, I went through the NWA Mid-Atlantic stuff. I went through Mid-South Wrestling. I was going through WCW Saturday Night that they had up there. I went through so much. And just recently, I was going through WWF Superstars, and I made it to April 96 right now. Unfortunately, I had to skip a lot of matches and stuff to get to that point, because if not, I'd probably still be in maybe late 95 still. So I just skipped through matches I didn't care to see, like something involving Mantar or Waylon Mercy or Barry Horowitz or, guys I didn't really, I wasn't fans of. I would end up watching the guys I like Razor Ramon, Shawn Michaels, Diesel, Bret Hart, any of those guys, Owen Hart, British Bulldog, Luger. If they were competing, I would watch their matches. But it just sucks because I remember when the WWE Network came to Canada, it sounded like it was going to be a lifelong thing for us, as something that I figured, would be around forever, that we didn't have to take for granted. And just knowing now that it ends tonight at midnight just fucking sucks. This is my WWE Network now. I can go back and watch old VHS tapes, I suppose, because I do have a VCR still. But I could have saw the Hart Foundation on the WWE Network. I could go back and watch old wrestling pay-per-views if I want to on the WWE Network. Now I sold all my pay-per-views. I did. The only one I kept was WrestleMania 23 because I was there live for that one. And I kept WrestleMania 31 because I bought it because A, I love Seth Rollins and he won the title. And B, it was the first live of pay-per-view I got to see happen in real time. So when I was growing up, we didn't have satellite, we didn't have cable. I lived out in the country with aerial television. And anytime I watched a live pay-per-view, it was at a friend's house who lived in a bigger city. I lived in a village. Florence was a village. I'd go to towns or cities to watch the pay-per-views that my friends lived at and could order because they had the cable or satellite box. And for years, I did what a lot of people do. Canada, it's legal to download. I used to visit torrent sites. I would download the wrestling events, so I would avoid social media on a Sunday night and then get the pay-per-view that night, download it, start burning it. I'd burn it to a DVD because back then I didn't have USB drives. I would burn it to a DVD. And then the next morning, waking up Monday morning, I would watch the event. Or I would wait until later on in the afternoon when my buddy was coming over and we'd watch it together. So I had to avoid a lot of social media because I didn't want things ruined or spoiled for me. So when I got the network and knowing I could watch it in real time, that was incredible. And on top of that, being it was a cable station as well, was pretty neat. I know a lot of Americans used to complain sometimes about buffering and such on the network when they were trying to watch a pay-per-view. I never had that issue in Canada watching it on the cable box. But stuff like this, all the Raws, gone. Now, what I hear is the Raws will come back to Netflix, but they're going to be really, stupidly done because they're going to be hosted by Big E. And it's like, no, don't fucking do that. Just put the shows on so we can watch them if we want to. So luckily, I still have my Raw 20th anniversary collection, and I still have the Click Blu-ray there for stuff if I want to watch documentaries, because all the documentaries are gone too as of tonight. Now, this is just bad. Everything about the WWE Network was great, and I knew stuff was going downhill near the end before it sold out to Peacock because they weren't adding anything new to it. You didn't see any. They went to a certain year for NWA Mid-Atlantic. I think it was 1986, summer of '86, I think, and then they stopped. For Mid-South, they went to maybe '85, and then they stopped. They didn't put everything up. Now, maybe it had to do with editing because they had to take out music and such. A lot of these wrestling promotions used real songs back in the day, right? The Road Warriors used Iron Man by Black Sabbath. The Midnight Express used the song Midnight Express from a movie soundtrack. They had to dub over. Gorgeous Jimmy Garvin used Sharp Dressed Man by ZZ Top. They'd have to, dub over that. So, and they even dub over, for some reason, Hillbilly Jim's theme song, which makes no sense because I thought that WWE owned the rights to that, but apparently they don't. So when watching Superstars lately and hearing the Godwins and Hillbilly Jim come out to that generic country banjo music, it's just really messed up. And come to think of it, even on the WWF Coliseum video of the Hillbilly Jim and Uncle Elmer and all of them, I'm pretty sure they dubbed over the music then too. So I don't know how that happened so fast after recording it and putting it out on cassette and vinyl record back in the 80s with the wrestling album. I don't know how the WWF lost the rights to Hillbilly Jim's theme song so quickly that they had to pay royalties for it when it being used on, devices or out on VHS or DVD. So, yeah. It sucks. It just sucks so much. I don't know how else to word it. It just sucks. And I know anyone out there who's feeling the effects of that, I can relate. I see a lot of people online, on social media, on Facebook, leaving comments on these wrestling pages I follow about, when the network conversation comes up, saying that They're not going to get Netflix. They're not subscribed to Netflix. They don't care to get Netflix because they don't care. A lot of times they don't care for the new product. The network was designed for us old school fans who want to see the old school stuff that we missed out on when we were younger and only read about through the magazines. B, stuff that we remember seeing and totally want to relive it again. Or C, just to, sit back and just watch anything that you want. Like you could put in anything. Oh, you feel like watching Mid-South Wrestling today? Throw on an episode where Hacksaw Jim Duggan wrestles Ted DiBiase, or, oh, you want to watch World Class Championship Wrestling today? Well, let's put on the episode where, Al Perez is in the cage with Von Erich and Gordy and Roberts and them and Parsons jump in and beat up Fritz, while Al Perez just stands there and watches with Gary Hart. This is stuff that you can't go back and watch now because the WWE has taken it away. They own everything. They own every original old territory, and they don't do anything with it. They don't release DVDs anymore. They don't release Blu-rays, clearly. They don't do any of that. If they still released things, if they still released DVD compilations of wrestlers or of matches or territories or story, whatever, I wouldn't care as much because I could just go out and get that and watch that. And it just sucks so much that it's gone now. And I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't really care to watch Raw on Netflix. My girlfriend and I have Netflix. She has it mainly for shows she watches. No, never in a million years did I think, I should get Netflix to watch Raw. To me, it was a cable show. It was, you threw it on TV. That was what Raw was. And I get it. This is a new era of streaming and doing that stuff, going digital or whatever, digital media and all that stuff, going that route. But I don't know. I just don't like the concept of it. That's just me. Maybe I'm too old school. It's possible, but I just don't like it. I don't know. I don't even know if I'll continue watching. And I know it sounds weird to say, but I don't feel the need to go on Netflix to watch wrestling, So yeah, it's just weird to me. I don't want to stream a pay-per-view because I have a feeling it's going to be blotchy and have issues. Look at the Mike Tyson and Jake Paul fight. Apparently there was a lot of issues when streaming that on Netflix. So I don't want to go through that. I don't want to go through that weekly with Raw and such. And I think WWE believes that a lot of fans are going to tune in on Netflix because Netflix is such a globally, streaming site. But the thing is that a lot of people who have Netflix right now aren't wrestling fans. And just because Raw is going to Netflix for the US, and unfortunately for Canada, Raw, SmackDown, NXT is all going to Netflix, it doesn't mean that people are going to want to tune in and watch it. I have Disney Plus, and there's shows that come on there that are just exclusive for Disney Plus. Doesn't mean I want to watch that show. I watch American Dad on Disney Plus. I watch According to Jim on Disney Plus. I don't need to watch anything new. Paramount Plus, the same thing. Like, they have new shows come out on there, like Tulsa King. I love Sylvester Stallone. I love the Rocky movies. I love Rambo. I mean, I don't care to watch Tulsa King. It's a Paramount Plus only show, but I don't care. I don't have Paramount Plus for that. I have it for watching Rules of Engagement or, King of Queens or Frasier, stuff like that. If I want to stream comedies, that's what it's there for. Beverly Hills 90210 is on there. I love that show. So there you go. Yeah, that's what I mean. So not like just because Raw in the US is going to Netflix and for Canada, Raw, SmackDown, and NXT is going to Netflix, it doesn't mean there's going to be any new viewers. Because the people who have Netflix who don't care to watch wrestling are not going to start now. A lot of people who are wrestling fans who don't have Netflix have even stated they don't plan on getting Netflix to watch Raw. They'll just catch the highlights on YouTube. So there you go. Now, YouTube, on the other hand, does have a WWE side project going on, something about like From the Vault or something, where they're showing a lot of old stuff. Now, if they keep that up, that will be entertaining. They need to add more things to it. They have a good start. But, add more Saturday Night's Main Events, add Coliseum videotapes, add old shows like, that would be cool, because then it's like, all right, it's there and it's free on top of that, which is all right. And if you have the proper ad blocker, you don't get the ads that pop up. So that's even better. Yeah. So anyways, farewell to the WWE Network. You gave me 10 years of excitement, of fun, of relaxation, of memories. It was a good time. It really was. And it sucks that after tonight, it's over. And we'll see what the future holds now with the Netflix deal, right? I think WWE are thinking way too big on this. I don't think it's going to deliver like they had hoped or planned. Both sides of that, Netflix and WWE. They gave a lot of money to the WWE for this, and I don't really know if it's going to benefit them in the end. I don't even know how many years they've signed to this, so I never really looked that up. Maybe it's 5 years, maybe it's longer. I don't know, but I have a feeling one day you're going to see WWE television, or should I say WWE shows, back on television. It's going to be once again on a cable and satellite provider down the road. I just got that feeling, but we will have to wait and see. So if you want to watch wrestling on TV, the good news is for in Canada, Sportsnet has now got the rights to TNA Wrestling. So you can watch that every Thursday live at 8 p.m. And on top of that, they also will be airing old TNA classics on that channel as well. The Fight Network no longer will be serving up TNA Wrestling. Access TV, I do believe, I would think they would still be airing TNA Impact as well. We do get Access TV in Canada, so it made it kind of weird when Sportsnet made the announcement for the first time ever, you Canadians get TNA. No, that's not true. We were getting TNA Wrestling on Spike TV back in the 2005, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 era, whatever, because Canada did get Spike TV, and on top of that, we did get TNA Wrestling on the Fight Network for years, as well as Access TV when it came to Canada. So Sportsnet saying that, maybe that's kind of weird. Maybe it means it's because Sportsnet's a little more easily available cable channel than Fight Network. You used to have to pay extra to get the Fight Network or Access TV. And I think Sportsnet came in like a package deal with your cable. So maybe that's why. I don't know. And of course, in Canada, we still get our favorite laughable wrestling company to watch and shake our heads at, that being AEW Dynamite, All Elite Wrestling. And of course, if you want to see Collision, I guess if you just want to see Collision, Rampage is done. That's a good sign. If you want to see Collision, you have to stream it on the TSN app, which is fucking stupid because in Canada, TSN has 5 channels to choose from, and they usually show the same thing on 3 of those channels, which makes no sense whatsoever when you could be showing AEW Collision on Saturday nights. The only time they ever show it is when AEW is in Canada. They will pop it up onto the cable channel. Again, ridiculous. But yes, our television wrestling is not fully gone. We still got TNA. We still got AEW. However, WWE is gone from our television listings permanently, thanks to the Netflix. All right, guys, I hope everyone had a great Christmas. I know I did. It was a fun time. I can't say anything bad about it, except for I kind of pulled my stomach muscle helping move a chair. So I was kind of like a little bit of pain on Christmas, so that kind of sucked. But overall, my gifts were cool. My girlfriend liked the stuff I got her. It was just a well-done Christmas. Of course, tonight's New Year's Eve. So I should be having, I'll be having something tonight, let's just say. And anyways, New Year's should be okay. I'm looking forward to New Year's Day, mainly because I can just sit back, relax, and do nothing and get paid for it because it's a paid holiday. So that's all right. All right, guys, I hope you all had a great Christmas. I hope you all have a great New Year's. I hope 2025 is much more exciting and better for you, everyone who watches this, than 2024 was. I give you all nothing but positive vibes, positive thoughts. Thank you for following me on this channel still. I know my uploads get less at times, Mainly it's because not a lot was going on. The mail strike kind of screwed stuff up for me. But hopefully in 2025, things will turn around. I'll have a lot more stuff to show, adding new things to the collection and whatnot. So until I do, though, guys, once again, thanks for following me and everything. This past year has been a blast with all of you guys. And nothing but best wishes and good thoughts for all of you in 2025. Happy New Year, everyone. And until I do my next one, I'll talk to you guys later.